97% of consumers agree that data privacy is important, so it's critical that your customers trust you with this. Whatever your industry, the strength of your reputation when it comes to compliance and data security will impact your ability to win and retain business in one way or another. Our approach can be broken into 4 simple steps. You decide exactly where your co-browsing session takes place. You decide exactly what is shared in this session. You decide what, if any, of this data is collected from the session. And finally, you decide where the data gets sent and stored. Surfly sessions take place online, and that means your customer has to go somewhere to join a session and interact with you. Trust is very important online, and we help you grow and maintain the trust that you have already cultivated. Your customers don't know us at all, but they trust you and your website, and you can build on that trust by using your website as an entry point for co-browsing sessions. You don't have to direct the customer to another website or product. Even if you don't want to start on your website, Surfly enables you to use custom web addresses when you interact with your customers. This means your customers will use session links from your website and not ours. So this is true even if you're just having a video chat or browsing something else. Using a familiar link that your customers know and trust ensures they don't have to worry about falling victim to things like phishing or other scams. The next step in keeping your data safe is deciding what will and won't be included in the session. You have full control over the session, so you decide exactly what is shared between participants. At the high level, you can easily block certain websites or web apps that you don't want to be ever available in the co-browsing session. That's easy. But what if you want to share a page with others, but just not everything on that page? This is where Surfly's powerful data redaction tools come in. Surfly offers multiple data masking tools that let you remove and modify specific elements from any website or web app without doing anything fancy. We let you take something off a page before it's sent to anyone else without making a single change to the page or the app itself. This could be payment information at the end of a buying journey, sensitive medical data, or anything at all that you decide doesn't need to be seen by anybody else. You control what is, and more importantly, what isn't allowed to travel across the web. Surfly masking isn't just covering something up. Redacted content will never leave the original browser, so you don't have to worry about a clever person on the other side digging for it or having it pop up in the logs somewhere. It will never reach the other participants anyway. If you want something to be visible but not available to everyone, we can do this as well. Think about a Pay Now button. We can remove it from the screen if the mouse is being controlled by anyone but the customer making the purchase. This means sensitive content can only be seen, or an important action can only be taken by the right person without changing the visual experience for anybody. Masking helps you control what is shared between participants, but you won't want to redact and mask everything. Many things need to be shared for a visually clean customer experience. This means a lot of data still travels in the session. Participants might browse numerous apps or websites, transfer control between them, invite others, enable their camera, and much more. A lot can happen in a co-browsing session, and you might want to make a record of it. Surfly offers highly customizable event logging that allows you to capture every important detail as you see fit, or capture nothing at all. Our audit log feature and configurable session recordings offer you full granular control over exactly what you store in your sessions. You can record the actions you want to record and discard the things that you don't. If you decide to, each session will produce a log file that contains the information you have decided should be there in simple JSON format. The question is, what happens next? Where can this data be accessed? How is it stored, and by who? When a session is live, all information in transit is securely encrypted as it travels the web with the same robust standards that are used by your bank. It's safe. Storing data is another matter. With Surfly, the session happens on your website, so we make you the sole owner of the data. This makes sense because it's your website and it's your data. On our side, we retain only non-sensitive metadata. So that's simple things like how many sessions you've had, how long they lasted, and when they happened. You can retrieve this data anytime through our API. Session data is different. That's the stuff that happens when you're co-browsing online, and it might contain sensitive information. We don't keep any of this because you own it from the get-go. The event logs that you've configured to contain the data you want are sent directly to a location of your choosing, and that's it. We don't keep a copy. We don't store it anywhere in our systems. We can't see it. What you decide to collect is yours from the moment it's available. How you store, access, and protect this data is handled entirely by you from here. We help you collect the data, but you control the interaction and its details at every step. With these measures in place, you can offer your customers a full collaborative online experience without compromising the fundamental principles of safety and security. You don't have to worry about the practices and policies of a third party. The interactions happen on your website. Every detail of the interaction is encrypted by Surfly, but it's controlled by you. You decide exactly what is and isn't shared. You decide what to collect, if you want to collect anything at all. And finally, you own any of the session data from the get-go. This gives you full control over the entire session cycle, ensuring that you meet your compliance obligations and retain the trust of your customers. If you want to find out more about Surfly, check out one of our other videos or take a look at our channel. And see you next time.